Are love songs overrated? It's quite clear that there are at least three major topics when it comes to songwriting: breakups, sadness, and love. But of those three, love seems to be the most prevalent. In fact, love songs have been around for centuries, dating back to even biblical and post-biblical days. Typically, it'd be either a guy singing about a girl or a girl singing about a guy expressing how much they love and care for them. But with it being 2015 now, are love songs just washed up? Many years ago in the 50s and 60s, love songs seemed to have so much purpose and emotion to them, mainly because the 60s was considered the era of love. One of those love songs that truly revolutionized how love songs were written and listened to was God Only Knows by the Beach Boys. It took love songs to a whole new level of depth and understanding. But what about now? How come whenever people listen to a love song in this era, all they can say is, ugh, not another cheesy love song? But are they really as cheesy as they seem? Let's take a song like You Don't Know You're Beautiful by One Direction, a song that could easily be considered one of those cheesy love songs. It has the boys addressing a young lady about how insecure she is and how she doesn't realize that all the little things she does, such as flipping her hair, smiling at the ground, and all that stuff girls do, is exactly why they find her so appealing. She's not trying to flaunt anything, she's just doing what typical girls do, and the boys love it, and that's why they love her. She doesn't try to be someone else, she's just herself. Now, why is it so bad in some people's eyes? Could it be because they didn't write the song themselves? After looking it up, this one song with a simple structure and nothing too overly complex was written by 5 different songwriters, none of them being the members of One Direction. So does that mean that because none of the members wrote the song, they can't feel what they're singing about? When Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys wrote God Only Knows, he poured his heart and soul into that piece. And perhaps that's the main problem with modern pop. According to a lot of people, most pop in this age sounds the same. There's no variance, no depth, and no heart, as a lot of that is obscured through overproduction, auto-tune, and keeping their eyes on the sales as opposed to the art. Some of these artists spend 2 or 3 years making an album that's only about 9 or 10 tracks long, and in the end it turns out the album is rather mediocre. Does it sell well? Yes. Does it make them a lot of money? Yes. Will they continue to make these records? Absolutely, but is it quality music? More often than not, the answer is a big no. However, the main topic is not pop music, but love songs. I would say that nearly 80% of the songs being put out today are love songs, and I believe that the main reason people don't find them appealing is because they're not introspective or clever enough. There's no feeling in them, and there's nothing people can connect with. They're so basic and bland. The lyrics are kept simple so that everyone can understand, but they're so simple that there's really no difference between one or another. While all of this may seem to remain true, aren't we looking for an era of peace and love? And what better way to spread that message than through music? Let's take a look at a band like the Beatles, for example. Whenever John Lennon wrote a song to or about Yoko Ono, it could very well be taken in a universal sense, and applied to any other relationship for any other person. Of course, a song like Happiness is a Warm Gun makes direct references to Yoko, but a song such as Don't Let Me Down could easily be applied to the person that you love the most. You're telling them that it's like you're falling in love for the first time, and that you need them in order to get by. So, are love songs really as bad as they seem? Sure, they're not as lyrically impressive as they used to be, but love songs have been around for ages, and whether it's to express love towards someone, something, God, nature, whatever, it has meaning to someone out there listening, and more often than not, a lot of people do and can connect with certain love songs. But anyways, thank you for joining me on another episode of In My Opinion. You can look forward to more of these because I have a lot of stuff on my mind lately. I am still a bit under the weather, as you can probably tell. My voice is a little bleh. But anyways, thank you, and so long.